can't stay in this building very long because, as you can see, there's a massive crack here. Look, it's developed. All right, and one over there. Okay, so we can't stay long because in a minute the whole back wall is going to fall out of the building. But that's another story, and I hope I can show you one day. Thank you. This is Chris Cars. Today I've got a Fiat 500 starter motor. I think this is worth mentioning because I've had this once or twice before, so I just think it's worth just running over it. Right, to start with, right, you must have good jump leads, you know, with loads of copper strands, not ones with like 3 strands of copper. Just sort of buy a good set of jump leads before you start, right? Right then. So there's an issue I found with these, with terminal 50, which is a terminal that
Chris, have you fucked up already?
Oh God. Oh yes, right. Sorry. It's a terminal. It's a terminal that energizes the solenoid. Right. It's terminal 50. Right. On all starter motors. Right. So most starter motors have got a terminal 50 with a spade terminal like this, or a bolt-on terminal, or the dealer clip-in terminal. Right. But Fiat's are slightly different. They've got a different arrangement for their terminal.
So what we're saying is, if you've got a Fiat 500 with a starter motor issue, just hold on a second and watch this video before you pay hundreds of pounds at a dealer to get a new starter motor.
Yes, definitely. Because I had a car came in, done 50-odd thousand miles, a Fiat 500 with an intermittent starting fault. So before I bought a new starter, I decided to take it off and just see what was going on. And when I was looking at the terminal, I thought, hang on, you know, this doesn't really, it could easily not be the starter motor. It could easily be something else. So, admittedly, this has been in a scrapyard out in the rain for 6 months, but it still applies because this is doing exactly the same.
So that one won't work then?
No, it won't work. I'll just show you. I'll just show you that it doesn't work.
Right. So it should be then representative of a starter motor you take off a Fiat.
Yes.
With a
exactly.
problem.
It's exactly.
Right.
Yes. Thank you, Scant. Representative of that, indeed. Right. So we just put the earth on the starter motor and the live from your battery. I've got a battery down there, 12-volt battery. I put the live on the terminal, the top terminal, the solenoid. They're all the same, or all basically the same. It's always this. The battery feed is from the top. Is in the top terminal of the starter motor.
So big and a small.
Yeah. Right. So now we've got earth and live to starter motor. So if you This wire comes from the ignition switch or body control module, wherever. When you turn the key, the live comes down this wire, right? So if you put a live to this wire, then this starter motor should work. It's not.
Right.
There's nothing. Right. But
so that's fairly simple electronics. It hasn't really changed in 100-odd years.
No, it hasn't. No.
Right.
Yes, one thing or the newer starter motors have changed a bit, but for many, many years, these are the same. Right, so we need to put a live to the bit of solder there where terminal 50 actually goes on the solenoid, which is like, you know, there it's there on that one. That terminal 50 is soldered. So if we put a live on that wire, right, if you assume the starter motor's in the car, right, and in the Fiat 500, I'm sure that you can get the probe and put a live on the solder. All right? I'm sure there's room. Right.
So if you put a live on there,
it should
in the starter motor, it should work.
Yes.
But if it doesn't,
if it doesn't work on there, then you have got a starter motor issue.
Right.
Right. So just put a live on that solder. All right. And it still doesn't work. All right, it's working every time. All right, so you've only got 12 volts, and I was going through the dirt on the solder. This is why it's so important to have a good connection with 12 volts. Right, it's working every time, right? But
So
it's
what
not,
we're doing, we're bypassing that black wire, are
yeah,
we?
so bypassing this bit of wire. So there's a problem
Yeah.
between the end of this wire and the starter motor.
Oh, so fairly simple then. So we just have
Yeah,
to
it is.
diagnose.
So if you put a live on this wire, look, it should go, like we said, right? So we'll just have a look at the terminal, right? Right, so these do get badly corroded, because the one that I done on this Fiat that I was doing was badly corroded. So get a wire brush and wire brush the terminal, right, and give it a good chance. Put some penetrating spray on it, and give it a good chance to remove it. All right. Okay, I'll turn it up.
So why do we get such bad corrosion on
The quality of the steel, the quality of the copper, you do get it with the weather and so forth. You get a build up of corrosion on many things.
And as you say, with 12 volts, it's easy to
get a bad connection.
Bad connection.
Yeah, definitely. Right. So this is the main battery lead. To remove that one, right. Then carefully remove this piece of plastic. Right. And already there's a spring clip in here. Look, there's a spring clip that puts pressure on this wire. That's already broken, so it's going to put less pressure on the terminal. All right. Up here. Sorry. Right. So here is terminal 50. Right, which is just a slightly different setup. It's around the outside, as you can see. There's the contact there, so it's just slightly different to the other starters we saw earlier. Right, and just see how corroded this is getting. How bad it is.
That looks really badly corroded.
It is. So if you get something that's corroded like this,
and that will stop the current going through, will it?
It will. It will. Just get some emery cloth or sandpaper and just clean it up. Right, so it should look copper colour. Should look clean. Right, a bit like that. And then you just clean up.
So it's just worth spending when you do work like this a few minutes just cleaning absolutely everything for a contact.
Yeah, just to say if it's your own car, you're doing your children's car, whatever, your wife's car, just have a look at this first. Because it could save you having a starter motor.
So it's not just sort of spraying a WD-40 on it. You actually have
to. You've got to clean the contact.
Right.
This bit of
So although there's a lot of amps going through, it could be a current of like 30 to 60 amps going through. Because it's 12 volts, that won't get through.
No, it's not. I don't know how many amps. This would be. I don't know what it is. I should know, shouldn't I? Less than 10 amps probably to this side of the solenoid. But yes, it still needs a very good connection. It does. It needs. Right. So I should be talking, shouldn't I? Right. So when I done the one the other day, I thought I'll just quickly look at the brushes because that didn't look very good to me. So I cleaned it up. But it's easy on these. It's easy on lots of starter motors to look at the brushes. Right. You've got a brush carrier inside. You just leave the brush carrier behind. Right. You've got to leave. So those two hold the brush carrier. Just these two bolts hold the casing. Right. So then you can pull the casing off. Hold the body of the starter motor and just pull the cap off. You need to leave the rest of it there. And prise the clip off like that. Right. Right, we just lift the brush back. Hold the armature, just lift the brush back up so you can have a look at the brushes. Right, so what you can do is like get a socket or get something and put it in the middle to hold the brushes, stop the brushes from flying inwards, and then you can take the brush pack right off. But I haven't got one on me at the moment. That's fine. We can look. Right, so there we are. Right, so here's the brushes that from there to there, they're normally like 15 mil long, something like that.
So they will rub against the armature.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
These touch the armature, and this is what makes the starter motor rotate.
So it's a wearing product, is it?
Yes, the brushes wear. Indeed, they do. And right, so all these are all right. They're in good condition and they're absolutely fine.
How long would they take to wear down? Difficult.
How many times you start it, but it will last thousands and thousands of miles. You know, it should tens of thousands of miles.
But once they wear down, that's it. They won't.
Yeah,
work.
I'll show you on another starter motor, but these are in perfectly good working order. I know you can get issues with the solenoid contacts, but I've only really had, 97% of the problems I've had is with the brushes. All right, so if the brushes are good, then it's probably not the starter motor that's a fault. So I think in this instance, it's the connection. But we'll just see. Right, so we'll just put this back on quickly. Right. Put the cap on. But it's not very difficult to. Anybody with a little bit of knowledge can do this.
So tell the viewers just roughly how long have you been mechanicking, Chris?
A long time. Ever since I was 12 years old. And I'm 38 now.
He's 38 years. Do we believe that?
Admittedly, I haven't worn very well, admittedly, but it's bloody trade that's done it.
Have you had a hard life?
I have indeed, yes. But, yes, I've always done this sort of work. Right. So I put the two screws in, and I'll just put the two in, put the body, the screw of the body back on, or screw the cap back on. Now, right. So now we will put the terminal.
This is our cleaned black wire that we tested.
Yeah, this isn't looking particularly clean, but it could be cleaner than this. But I'm just trying to demonstrate. It'd be funny if it doesn't work, wouldn't it? Right, put that one on. And say this clip is broken, so I don't know whether this is available from Fiat. Fiat are very good. They often do supply things like this.
Well, wouldn't Fiat have to with electrics all the time?
So wouldn't they have to?
Yes, with their electrical history.
Well, yes. Right, so put that one on. Put the wire from the battery on. Right. Right. Now we'll just see.
So we're going to do the same test again, are we?
Yeah, we'll just do the same test again. Right, so I put the wire on. You're live on the top terminal of the starter motor or solenoid. Right, so now this time.
This is when we first touched the black and nothing happened.
Yeah, so now if we touch this wire from the starter motor, from the body control motor, wherever it comes from, it should rotate the starter motor. Right, so if you do this 10 or 20 times on the bench and it works, then it's very unlikely to be a starter motor problem. You know, and it does. It's worked every time.
So that simple technique of cleaning the terminals could save you an awful lot of money.
Yeah, that's right. And if you want to do your bit for environment and whatever else you want to do, you save yourself money, and this is not the problem. It's that terminal. So definitely worth having a look. But now I'm going to show you a starter motor with worn brushes. All right, just show you the difference. Do you remember what they look like in the other ones? 15 mil long. I'll just show you on this starter motor. Right, so we can bench test this starter, like I've said. So we've got live and aft just the same. There's terminal 50. So you touch it against the battery live, or put your power probe on, whichever you want to do, and see what happens. Right, we've got sparks. Sometimes just give it a little tap. Right, we've got nothing. Right, so got continuity, but the starter motor's not rotating.
So what's causing the issue there?
We just quickly, it's easy, like I said, on a lot of starter motors, just to whip the back off and have a quick look, if you want to, if you're at all interested. Right, so here's the cap again. Just whip the, right, like I said, hold the body of the starter motor. If you don't want the body flying off, just take the cap off, like that, all right? Right, remove this little disc. It's just very slightly different, starting with not very much different. Right, now we'll have a look. Right then, and you can see already that brush is practically non-existent. Right, so this brush has had it, and here's the wire's become disconnected from the brush because it's so badly worn. Right, so there's no way the starter motor is going to work. So you could buy a new brush pack. They are available for some starter motors, and they're really easy to fit on some starter motors. You just clip in and just held in by that one nut there, look, on the bottom of the solenoid.
So that's all it is. So looks daunting, but it's not really.
No, I can't say not all starter motors are the same. Some are difficult to fit brush packs in, but some are easy. You just need to, if you're at all interested, you get the part number from the starter motor and put it into Google. Put brush pack for whatever you're going to put, whatever number it is. And then you should get a diagram, you should get an illustration come up of what the brush pack looks like. Then you should have an idea whether or not you can fit it. But anyway,
but often it's not. It should be quite easy.
Yeah, it is quite on a lot of starters. It is easy, but you might just want to get another starter motor if it goes to this. But at least you know that this is at fault. You know, this has had it, so you've got to do something. All right, that's it. That's a worn starter motor. And thank you for watching, and I hope it helps somebody.